fans is some special science. It's not just an easy job, and it takes a lot of time and practice and a lot of your energy to learn how to make them proper. But believe me, how as beautiful your fans are, as more beautiful your final work gonna be.
Well, so almost all this chapter is devoted to fans. First of all, why they called 3D or 2D or whatever D. It's not like you can have monoset or polyset. It depends on how many lashes are in a fan. For example, if there is 2 pieces of lashes inside the fan, there is gonna be 2D. If there is 10, it's gonna be 10D. Here in this chapter, I will give you basis moments and main advices and show everything as properly as possible. But only thing you should know, fans is unique thing and you have to feel them. These skills you can only get with the practice. I know what I'm saying because I'm doing mega volume fans also not very long, around half of the year, so you will be able to see how I succeeded. But there are some rules which you have to try to follow from the beginning, so you will succeed faster. First of all, it's fan geometry. And now we're gonna speak about 2, 3, 4D fans, because for medium volume is more than enough. Distance in between 2 pieces in the fan supposed to be 1 millimeter. So 2D fan from the side pieces will be 2 millimeters, 3D 3 millimeters also. If you're gonna make it more, set gonna look messy. If less, look too dry and have gaps. You should try to make all fans same, because it's gonna be very visible after applying. Here I will show you few known ways to create a fans. I told you all things already, but here everything is more detailized. You see how I'm making fans from this stripe. To create the fan, you just remove lashes partly, then open them with the nose of tweezers. Pay attention again how I'm holding lashes and which area of my tweezer I'm using. In your tweezer it can be different. You can find your working area of your tweezer, look on the size of it throughout sun and see where they are closing up mostly tightly. The main mistake of the beginners when they grab curved tweezer, they start to hold it like a pencil with the 2 fingers. That's possible that way, but your wrist will be tired before you're done. You should hold tweezers like I do, so this way you can control the incline. And don't forget, tweezer always parallel with the eyelid. Only when you are working with the corners, especially on the left eye, you should put tweezer that way where you can see top of sashes. I will be showing it here, stay tuned. And now about a fan tail. It means area which gonna be attached. Normally a zone of attachment supposed to be not more than 2 millimeters. But you also should see how original lashes looks like. For example, if your client lash length is 7 millimeters maximum, but she anyways want to have 15 millimeter length, you should alarm her about danger, but when you will start to work, try to make tail here longer and make zone of attachment all those 7 millimeters. Tail can be long or short. If it's short, means the opening of fan is really wide. Sometimes it's important, for example, if clients have gaps in the natural lashes, so you can close it with wider fans. And also what you should keep on your mind, you should not blindly follow clients' request. You should see. I never ask clients which amount of D they want. I just ask, you want natural, medium or mega volume, because the look of a volume set can be different because of original lashes, because they are also different. So sometimes 4D on Indian and Chinese lady will look totally different. So these things you should figure out by yourself. The tail in fans it's always unique, but if you know simple rules, you can make them play along with you. You will see, if the lashes are rich, you better always do tail more thin, because in other case it can be itchy in process of enjoying the set. In case if you see that lashes have small amount of layers, you better use wider tail, so it can make lashes look like a eyeliner also. You will learn how to control the tail soon, but since you're not controlling yet and all tails are different, no worries. Pick up the best ones and go on. When you're making fans from the stripe, you should feel the pressure which you make on the tweezers sashes and the stripe, because if your moves are too fast or too strong, you will ruin your fan. The same with the fingers. You should see in which position you succeeded more and try to work on that technique and try to improve it. Again, your moves must be smoothly and slow but confident. Only this way you will be able to make a good fans. Also, you should see that all lashes in your fan are attached very well. And if one lash in tail protruding, it will bother your client all time long and can bring even inflammation. I told you already about direction. In volume extension, if you will do mistakes, it might be less noticeable. And you should remember that after you just done volume set, it's always look like too wooden because glue getting elastic in 24 hours. So that's already proved fact. Lashes looks better next day after extension. And same time, if you are do big volume, you have to skip anagens, the topest layers and the last lashes in the corners for which fans will be too heavy. You see, I'm pinching my Mega for ages. Firstly, I want you to see anything properly, how my tweezers and fingers works, so you will be able to understand which way you will make your first tries. Secondly, I'm also only pinching around 6 months, so you will also be able to see my improvement in my Instagram. You can help your fingers to fix the tail if you think it will be faster than to do a new one, but don't get used for it because your fingers will be always dirty. Of course, you should understand that thickness of lash extension affects a lot. I recommend you not to use more thickness for volume than 007, but sometimes by the special request you can do 2D or 3D fans in 010, but I swear it will be heavy already. Here I have 010, 005, 003 thickness. Maybe from screen is not really different on stripe, but believe me, fans looks totally different. I do mega volumes easily with 007, but my favorite for pinching is 003. With this you can do even 25D very easy. About these stitches, I already told you a lot in the first chapter about it, but here in this topic I want to go back to that again because it's also very important, because when you are doing mega sets, it's very possible to make stitches, especially when the glue is working slowly. That's called monolith, when few fans stuck to each other. That's very dangerous. It can start a conjunctivitis or made a lot of lashes drop out. It's painful and it looks really bad. So after your work, you should check yourself for stitches. Even me, sometimes I do it. So after I finish my work, I always check myself. It takes not too much time, but you can be sure that your work is really high qualified. What about the length of eyelashes in a fan accordingly to length of a fan tail? Of course, you have to try make it everywhere as bigger as possible. But in 6-7 millimeters of lashes, I understand it might be shorter. For these situations, take a little bit more glue at the fan.